Yeah, good morning, students. How many people called 56? Okay. So, due to some issues and all, today itself, I need to start a new unit because the only 15 to 20 classes left. The fourth unit as well as the fifth unit is somewhat, there is a vast syllabus is there. I mean, so much of syllabus is there. We need to complete it as soon as possible. For the mid one, Uh, the topics all I covered. I mean, 2.5 units for the mid one, and for the remaining 2.5 for the second mid. So actually, the schedule is not arranged because of the pandemic situation. I think after the completion of all these things, maybe you can expect mid exams. So better go through the topics as well as just read it properly. Okay. So this is the things happened right now. So we start with the fourth unit, and what I missed over there, then I will cover later. Okay. I think only one thing I just left over there inside an arrays. So I will discuss that later. Okay. Only one topic. Okay. So the packages, which is a very important thing. Without packages, it is not possible to get each and everything, the data. Like, see this one, I want to show you this. Generally, this is a Java package. This is a package. Just I'm not telling about the definition. Just I'm telling you what is a package. Package is nothing but a folder. In our point of view, package is nothing but a folder. So these packages, or inside these packages, we are having so many things. So every time I'm supposed to run a program like this, let me show you that. Every time when I'm supposed to do like this, but I said we need to import. This is a packages. So Java is a package that consisting of a sub package util, and there is an arrays inside that. This is a class. This is the package. This is the sub package, and it consisting of arrays class. So this is all about a package. So just don't get confused. Actually, I forgot to tell you. I think I already told that how to create a path and how to run a program in a command line. Just today for the 5 to 10 minutes, I will explain that one. So because you have to understand, manually, not a tool is good for you, but in the sense of the manual running the program, I think there you need to create WAR a file for packages and all. So I'm telling you about, this is a WAR. This is a var file. So this is not a var. Okay, this is a var file. They will call it as a var file. So don't think that much. So I would like to tell you how you are going to run a program manually. This is all about the tools. The tool is very easy for us, but in some conditions it is necessary to learn manual running the program. Okay, so I already explained that, but I'm going to tell you right now. Just remember the things what I'm going to explain it to you. Okay, so I would like to open a command prompt. Just go to your programs, then type cmd. So you will get a command prompt like this. Some things, some of the commands you need to understand. It is essential for you. Some of the commands you need to understand. I even myself, I won't remember all the things. For which are all the things necessary, we need to remember that one. I'm going to create a program inside a notepad, and then I'm going to save that inside a folder. Just I'm typing a program over here. Just like to share this. Yeah, see this one. So here, like how the program starts like this. I want to maximize this one. See this. So I'm typing a program class What is the class name? The class name is like an example. So I'm typing an example and there should be a braces and then enter. So inside this, we need a public static void main. Please note this everything what I'm going to tell you, because manual program running is important in some conditions. It is essential for you. So that's why I'm telling it to you. So this is a class keyword and this is the name of the class, and public static void and main. So it consisting of a string argument. So that the compiler will remember this is a main method. Okay. So here inside this, I'm going to type a program. Sorry, I'm going to print. Okay. Inside this, there should be program. Okay. So there should be hello program. So I'm just going to save this inside a folder. I'm going to save this. Wait a second, on my desktop. I'm going to create a folder, name a CSE, name CSE. Okay. Oh, okay. Control S, and inside a desktop, there is a folder called CSE. Yeah. Yeah. Inside this, I'm saving this file with the name of the class file. example.java. So the extension of a Java files are .java. So I saved it. So let me open that folder. Where is that? Here myself, I'm searching for the folder. Just now I created it. Yeah, it is there. See this one here inside a folder. I just saved it. Okay, this is the name of the file, and here inside this we are having a file, but here there is no dot class file. So according to us, to run a program, the dot class file is essential. After the compilation, the JVM, I mean the Java Virtual Machine, the Java compiler, what are all the things we learned? The compiler will create a dot class file, which is used to run a program. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to the command prompt. How to run this program? Here, dot class file is not available. After the compilation, you are going to get a dot class file over here within the same name. So how you are going to run this program inside a command prompt? Go to the command prompt. So actually how it will know how it will know the location of the file we saved over there. So for this we need a path. So here I'm going for the same, where is that? Yeah. Go to the address bar and just click over here Just copy the path. So C users, Dell and desktop. Inside a desktop, we are having a folder called CSC. Just copy it. Shift to home, copy, and then I'm going to command prompt. See this one. So here, how you are going to enter that path. Now itself, if I run the program like this, it is not possible. Example.java is not recognized as an internal tab because it is not available inside a Dell folder. So what should we need to do? Type the keyword cd space, cd in the sense create directory. Okay, cd space, and then paste the path, and then paste the path where it is available. Cd space and the path, and then press enter. So now you are inside a CSC. So inside a CSC folder, we are having example.java. So only example.java is available. Dot class file is necessary to run a program. How you are going to run this program? Java C. This is the compiler available inside a Java, and then space and the name of the file. Okay, see this one. So Java C, this is a compiler, and the name of the file you saved .java. Okay, then press enter. Running it, wait a second. See, if you have any errors, it will be displayed over here. If you have any errors, it will be displayed over here. Now the file has been compiled. Okay, we'll go to the folder and check whether the class file is created or not. Okay, see this one. So the class file is okay. Yeah, the class file has been created. So here, by using the class file, we are going to run the program. By using the class, without a class file, it is not possible to run. So here we need to understand the tool, what it will do. Automatically, it creates the class files. So already I said to you about this. Where is that one? Yeah. So when we are doing this programs, accessing an RSE, each and everything. So here, see this one. Automatically, the class files are created. This is a class file. This is a class file. So every time there is no need to compile manually, but in some conditions it is necessary. You have to know that one. That's why I'm explaining it to you. Okay, here inside a folder, the class file has been created. So now we are ready to run the program. How you are going to run the program? Just go to the command prompt. Do not change the path. Do not change the path, because inside this path, we are having the class file. So how you are going to run the program? This is the compilation. And now we are going to run the program. Java space, there is no C. At the time of a compilation, C will be there. So Java space example. So there is no extensions and all, plus for a dot class file. So only this is enough. Then press enter. See, hello program. So this is how we are going to run the program manually. Please make sure that learn this one also. So in some conditions, it is essential to do this. Okay. So each and every time when we are going to run such files, so like a demo or if it is like a window PC, it is in the sense of a Windows, not in the sense of a Linux or a Unix platforms. Okay. Please make sure that this is only for Windows. We are not going to work on Linux platforms, because okay, in our college we are having Linux operating system. Because of the security issues and the students, what they are doing, they need to log in with their ID and all. So in that conditions, each and every organization or a colleges, they are supposed to use Linux platforms, because they are having some issues and all. Okay, but you have to understand about Microsoft Windows and then the tools and all. Right now we are working. So this is how we are going to run the program. But one thing I would like to tell you, you need to check whether the Java is properly installed or not in your PC. So whether the Java is installed, how you're going to know the Java is installed or not? Just go to your command prompt like this and then type. So I don't want to, I want to go back, CD /. If you want to go to the parent directory, I don't want all these things, CD / enough. Then press enter. See this one. So this is the parent directory. I don't want all these things. Okay, that's why I've just went back. Remember this one also and this one also, CD. Okay. And now I'm checking whether Java is available or installed in my PC or not. Just type a keyword Java and then press enter. After doing this, sorry, yeah. So what are all the things available inside a Java? Each of these available or not. If Java is not installed, it will say like, it is not recognized as an internal and external command. It will say like that. Okay. So Whether it is a 32-bit or a 64-bit, it will show everything. I'm having both in this condition, and the server is a virtual machine. Default virtual machine is a server here. Like everything will be visible. All these things are visible. If Java is not available in your PC, it is not recognized as internal and external command. So it will be displayed. Make sure that it is available. And then after that, type keyword a Java C. And here the compilation files, what are all the things, generate or debugging information, this is not necessary. So if Java compiler is also not available, don't you think like, sir, already Java installed, then why Java compiler is not installed? Because we need to set the path over here. Please remember this thing. You need to set the path, or else, I mean, otherwise it won't show. I mean, the computer doesn't know there is a compiler. So Java is installed. Actually, we know that because this will be done. But if Java is installed, compiler is also installed. So compiler is also available, but we need to tell our PC, our computer, there is a path available inside a Java. I mean, inside this PC. So what we need to do for that? So for this condition, Alt enter. For this, what we need to do? So go to your environment variables. So inside your PC, just go to your programs, and there is a search bar. Type the name environment variables. Okay, if it doesn't available, then go to your control panel, and then go to the environment variables. Okay, share. Okay, see this one. So this is the system properties. So inside a control panel, you are having environment variables. This one, these are the system properties. Don't go for all these things. Okay, don't go for all these things. Just only go for the advanced option. So inside the advanced option, you are having environment variables. So inside this environment variables, inside a system variables, don't go for the user variables. Okay, go for the system variables. Inside this system variables, we are having a path named called path. Yeah, see this one. So inside a path, so many things are available. So this is a path. So where this is the path is available, go to your C drive. I will show you that how you are going to do that. Yeah. So this is E drive, right? Yeah, this is also C. So inside a C, yeah, inside a C, there is a Java. So where is the program files? Yeah, see this one, this folder. Inside your program files, there is a folder called Java. If it is installed, then it is good. Then if it is installed, then it will be visible over here. So go to the JDK and then a bin. And then bin. Here the compiler is available. See, javac.exe. Okay. So here, just copy the path. And then just copy the path. Okay. And then go to the environment variables where it is. Yep. Yeah. So already what I said, I will go back and then I will explain it to you. So cancel. So go to the environment variables. Inside this, we are having the system variables. Inside this, we are having a path. Sorry, cancel. So inside the environment, edit environment variables, it will be there. And here, just click on a new. So there is, just paste the bin over here. Okay. Already available. That's why I'm not doing that. I already did this. See this one, JDK 901. Okay. So I'm using 9 right now because according to you, I mean, I'm having 6, 7, 8, and 9 also. Every Java is available in my PC. So just paste it over, then press OK and then apply it. After that, Okay. Command prompt. Yeah. So after that, just close this one, restart the command prompt again, restart it, and then type Java C. Then only compiler is available. Okay. Then only you can run the programs manually. So this is all about manual running the program. So I'm going to share this video inside YouTube. So there, go and check again how you are going to create environment variables. Okay. So this is how we are going to set the path. So after doing all this, why I'm going to tell you, because now for the packages and all, it is essential right now. Okay. Okay. Now we are going for the topic. Where is the topic? Topic. Yeah. Mainly, we are going to discuss about the java.lang. Maximum inside, everything we are going to discuss about Java. This is a package, it consisting of a sub packages like LAN util. So we already used util. What the util consisting of? So many things are available inside you. We use a scanner over there. So for giving from the keyboard inputs, we just use this package. What it consisting of? Arrays list and then map.class. So why they mention like a .class? Because once it got run, once it got compiled, the .class file will be available. Then only we can use that. So we are going to create a package and then we are going to use that. For what we need to do that? For this, what we need to do? We need to compile it first. Then only we can use. Again, I'm telling you, we need to compile it first. Then only we can use it. So there are two types of packages are available. One is predefined packages and another one is user defined packages. If you want to create, okay, what the Java will do? Java will allow the programmers to create the packages. Already these packages are created by Java. So these packages are created by Java. But inside in some conditions, we need to create a packages also. So we need to use that. Okay. So now, okay, let me take this out. 1 second. Yeah, see this one. This is all about the introduction of packages. Now you got some idea about a package. Package is in the sense it is a folder. It consisting of class files. So it consisting of a sub packages, and inside that we are having a class files. If you want to create any package, you need to compile it. Then only you can use that. It should contain .class files. Already I explained it to you. So how you are going to create a Java class manually and how you are going to run it. So first of all, you need to check the path. Already I said that you need to check the path properly. Whether it is, if it is not available, then you need to create it inside environment variables. So go to your command prompt, check whether the Java is available or not, and then check for Java C. So if Java C is not available and Java is available, you need to set the path, okay, which we call it as a class path. Okay. Okay, cool. What is the package? Java package is one such mechanism for organizing Java classes into groups. So this is in the sense what they are saying. The general thing is like it is such a mechanism that all are grouped together. So what I said here, so this consisting of Java, this is a folder. This is a folder, and all these are grouped together inside Java folder. All these are also folders. All these are also folders. And this LAN language, Java dot language dot system, we need to call it. If you want to access this, how you are going to call it? Java dot language dot system. If you want to string, Java dot language dot string. So this is how we are going to call to our source program. What is a source program? What you write till now? So many all the programs are called as a source codes. So if you're going to write any program, we'll call it as a source code. Okay. So if you want to utilize an array list, how you are going to use that? by using a util package. So Java is the main package dot util dot rs list. Let me show you that once. Okay, after explaining this, I will show you. So it is a group of classes. Okay, so in fact, the package is indeed a directory for folders of Java files. The package in the sense a directory. The directory or a package or a folder, everything is same. They are all having the same name. Package in the sense it's a folder or a directory. So in the sense of a command line arguments, in the sense of a command prompt, we'll call it as a directories. There they use the name called a directory. So inside our PC, we are going to create a folder. If you want to save something, we'll create a folder, and then inside that we are going to save some files, which we call it as a package or a directory or a folder. Okay, Java has a many such predefined packages which can be used in a program. So we already use so many predefined packages like util package, okay, and language package. AWT is in the sense we are going to use later for desktop applications. We are going to use AWT. So it is like applets. Applets are available as predefined packages. These are all the predefined packages which is already done by Java. So we are going to use according to our necessary. Okay. Some of the predefined packages in the Java are applet, AWT, LAN, util, event. So many predefined packages are available. Okay. So like this, if you want to write, tell you about you want to know about predefined packages, just type the keywords, type on a Google, then you will get so many packages. According to our usage, we are going to use that. Okay. So programmers are also permitted to develop their own packages. What I said previously, so we can develop our own packages. And if the package is a well proper manner, then we'll make it as a jar file. I'm going to show you that one also, how to create a jar files. So if anything necessary, see, if you are going to use a database inside your source code, again, I'm telling you, if there is any database like Oracle or MySQL, you're going to use that in your program, you need to call that package to our source code, or else it shows an error. Otherwise, it shows an error. Okay. The usage of JDBC, ODBC, I already explained that, how you're going to take that. Okay. So this is how we do with the DBMS concepts and all, like a queries, each and everything will be taken to our program by using import statements, okay. Packages are will be called predefined packages are called by using import statement inside our source code. Okay, so you can do your own packages and utilize it later. In the same sense, we need to use an import statement. By using an import statement, we are going to call these packages into our source code. Okay, next one. Defining package. The common definition is of our package is, package can be defined as a collection used for grouping a variety of a classes. What we discussed, variety of a classes in the sense all these classes are grouped together, so that we'll call this as a package. Package in the sense, if you are going to get a package, there is a box. There is a box consisting of so many items. So we will wrap it up with a packing, like you will get a gift packs. So think like it is a pack. The pack is consisting of so many items. That's it. This is a common definition for that. So it is like classes and interfaces based on their functionality. According to our functionality, we are going to import all these packages. This is what about a package. It is also possible to house these Java packages, as this can be stored in compressed files jar called jar files. So I would like to tell you about a jar file. These are archive files. We'll call it as archive. Oh, some people will pronounce somewhat a different way. Java archive. They will call it as in that way. So don't you think that much as your pronunciation. Just speak it out. Okay. So we just create so many packages and then we wrap it out. Again, I'm telling you, we are going to create so many packages and we wrap it out to form a jar file. Jar file. These jar files are utilized, sorry, these jar files are utilized in our source code. How you are going to get that? I will show you that one also. So all these are wrapped it up to form a jar file. So the jar file consisting of so many packages. So it consisting of so many classes. And then we are going to import that each and every jar file into our source code according to our functionality. So based on our functionality, we are going to import all these files, okay, and allowing classes to download. So which is possible, go to Google and download a jar files for swings or jar files for hibernate. Or swing and hibernate belongs to Java only, okay. Swing and hibernates or belongs to Java. So if you want to utilize all those functionalities in our program, we need to download the jar files and then we need to import it to your source code. Okay. And then a package declaration resides at the top of the Java source file. We already said that. Where is that one? I will show you. Wait a second. What did that mean? So you need to import this like this. This is our source code. This is our source code. So on the top of your source code, you are going to import that packages and all. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So points to remember. Please remember this. What happened to this? Where is another one? Yeah. So points to remember. Please remember these things while you are doing packages. Okay. A package provides a unique namespace for the classes it contains. So one thing you have to remember while you are going to build any package or while you are going to write a program inside a packages and all, you make sure that it should be unique. It should be unique. If a folder consisting, you are going to create a folder. So, okay, let me show you that. Where is the folder? Folder. Myself, I'm searching for the folders under that. It's okay. So here, desktop. I think here is the desktop. Yeah, think like CSC is a package and it is an example class. And I'm going to create one more. Okay, and I'm going to create one more text document. Okay, so here, if I mention the same name, it won't allow. So like, see this one again, I'm going to do this Java. So what it is saying, if you want to change the file name extension, it file might be unusable. Like you save this, the same thing. So what it is saying, already the file is existing. Already the file is existing. While you are doing a packages, make sure that each and every class file should be unique. It should not be the same name. So, and this name should resemble, I mean, it should tell about the program what you wrote. If this is an addition program, then it should like ADD. If it is like subtraction, you would like to mention SUB. Like this is what about all about the packages, and each and every file or a class inside the package is unique. Okay, just remember this one. Okay, just close it. I don't want to mention that. Okay. So here, a package can contain the following. So what the package consisting of? Package consisting of a classes, interfaces, and enumerated types. We didn't discuss this one. We discuss it later. Okay, actually, these are this is also like a block that consisting of so many, I mean, variables and the methods also. According to our usage, we need to get this. Actually, inside your syllabus, I think is it available or not? I don't think so. It is available. Just mentioning like the package consisting of a classes and interfaces and enumerated types. So you need to know while you are doing a package. Okay. So annotations also. Annotations in the sense, according to our usage, we are going to create the annotations also. Inside this package, what it consisting of? So many things. Because while we are importing anything, like say this one, I would like to annotate one thing. So here inside this, where is that one? Annotation, did I mention anywhere? Okay, so if I want to get one annotation like at target, so see this one, annotations also possible. So you can do, I mean, inside a Java and the language and annotation, inside this, we are having the annotation. So the package consisting of classes, arrays is a class and target is an annotation, like interface is also available. So this is all about the package. What the package consisting of? Annotations, classes, interfaces, and enumerated types. So enumerated types, classes and annotations. Okay, please remember this one while you are doing packages, while you are working on a packages. If you want to create a user defined a package, then you need to know about all these things. Okay. Okay, now I think time has been done. I think it's okay. See this one. So two classes in two different packages can have the same name. Again, I'm telling you, two classes in two different packages. Within the same package, the name should be unique. If there are two packages, the names are different. Think like there are two folders inside one folder. So again, I'm telling you, we already created a CSC folder over there. So inside that we are having section 1, section 2, two folders. And section 1 consisting of one example.java and section 2 consisting of example.java. That doesn't matter because those two things are two different packages. It should not be inside the same package. It is not possible. It should be unique within the package. If it is like two different packages, then there is no problem. So according to my programming knowledge, I'm going to write one program which gives like 0.0004 seconds. And some people, some other guy who is a very, very much in expert in Java, he will take a 0.00001 time program over there. Like based on the performance and all, you can do on your own. So I'm having somewhat talent with me. I'm going to do one program which takes a less time and gives a good performance. And some other guy did something over there. So two different packages consisting of a same name, that doesn't matter. In my point of view, I did this. In his point of view, he did that. Okay. So these things you have to know, but within the same package, there should be unique names, unique classes, unique interfaces. Okay, you have to remember that one. Okay. Packages provide a mechanism to hide its classes from being used by the programs or packages belongs to other classes. So these are like, see, used by the program in the sense, if you are going to use it, if you are going to use it in your program, I think is like in some conditions it is like, I will show you that one. So this is about, I mean, just remember this one. Packages provide a mechanism to hide its classes from being used by the programs or a packages. So when you are going to import the package, only that particular functionality will be available. See this one. See this one. So only arrays is available. So if you want to call everything inside this, just remove this one and put asterisk over here. So now we are going to use everything inside a util package. So that's why I put asterisk over here. If you want to use a particular class, then it is good. It is like this. Okay. So this is all about, and the remaining all are hidden. Remaining all are hidden. If you want to use like this, see this one. If you want to see dot C, how many classes are available? So many classes are available. All these are a classes interfaces. You see I in the sense interface, C in the sense a class file. So this is all hidden. You can't see the program inside this. Inside it, you can't see any program. So in which manner he wrote that, we don't know. Every program is hidden. So every source code is hidden over here. Just you can see the names only. Okay. This is all about the introduction of packages. Please go through the topic. Just remember the things, how you are going to do the packages and how you are going to utilize it. So after the in the tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss about this one, how you are going to create a package, and then our own packages. These are a predefined packages. So we are going to use the different packages. Okay. Okay, the time has been done. Okay. Okay, go and practice it. Not this one, the packages, how you are going to run the program manually. So go to your command prompt and then type the keyword Java. If it is not installed, then it won't show anything. Like internal command is not available, or such error will occur. Go and install Java and then check in the command prompt and try to run it manually once. Okay, today this is your task, just do that. And about assignment, you need to submit maximum before 5, in the sense 4th. On 4th, I need to get each and every assignment. Just write with your own words by using a pen and then convert it to the PDF. Okay. Okay, have a nice day. You may leave the class. Thank you.